Onana's redemption arc has stalled, and that is solely because of the injury that he got, the hamstring injury that kept him out of preseason and also out of the Arsenal game. But this situation is compounding every single thing that Manchester United fans have watched over the past 2 years of Andre Onana, plus the fact that Altay Bayindir is not a good enough backup to make sure that he has the time to come back into form, get ready for Manchester United's season, and then regain his number one position. This is a problem that Manchester United fans want to be solved ASAP, and we are going to be talking about it today. We are going to be talking about what Andre Onana can offer, what replacement, and why there is a compelling case for Manchester United to actually go into the market, look at market opportunities, and get goalkeepers in order for us to have a strong hold in Old Trafford, especially because what we saw, the lack of aggressiveness from the goalkeeper, just cannot be the case anymore, and that is something that we need to solve. Without further ado, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because something really exciting is coming to you with this video. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. I'll see you guys. Let's get it started. Onana's redemption arc, of course, has stalled. You understand? But the point is that Amorim wants somebody that will be a safeguard in Old Trafford. The safeguard for the defenders to be able to press up, knowing that they have a goalkeeper in the back line that will give them confidence for them to do what they need to do. The defenders can stop. They need to stop treating the goalkeeper like as if they are babysitting the goalkeeper. You understand? They need to be a command from the back. There's a confidence that Van der Sar gave Patrice Evra, Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, and the rest of the defenders that we had at Manchester United. But that's not what we have again right now. You understand? And so we need to focus on how we can solve this. And of course, looking at what Manchester United has done so far in the transfer market, everything that we do from here is definitely going to be market opportunities. Yes, I know Manchester United has showed, we have absolutely showed that Carlos Baleba, we would be willing to spend a lot of money for Carlos Baleba, but that doesn't also translate into us being willing to spend a lot of money on a goalkeeper, because those two things, those two importance are totally different. Yes, we have an urgent importance in us getting a goalkeeper that is good for Manchester United. However, we also understand that there's a difference in terms of how much you pay for a goalkeeper and how much you pay for a defensive athletic midfielder. Those are two different opportunities. And so going into this situation, yes, you can say if that is a point of reference that they do have money, they need to just take that same money or find how to remove a cut of it and put in the goalkeeper for them to be able to get a good goalkeeper. And I would agree with you in that sense. But it has to be about market opportunities. And that is what I'm going to be bringing to you guys today. I'm going to be bringing to you guys at least 3 different market opportunities that will be able to do justice for Manchester United. I'm going to give you some stats, give you some reasons why these 3 goalkeepers are truly good and will be a really good option coming into Manchester United. First things first, I'm going to start with Diogo Costa. One thing that we have seen with Diogo Costa of FC Porto is that, first and foremost, he's a leader for FC Porto. He's the captain of FC Porto, a budding club that has been able to produce a lot of talent and are still doing it. So him being there, he's 25 years of age, has shown me that he's somebody that can absolutely lead men. And that's one thing. But then the beautiful thing about market opportunity is that we went today and I was scrolling and making sure that I can get the news to you guys. Relevant news, by the way. I saw that Galatasaray has put in 20 million euros bid for Diogo Costa to FC Porto. And it was like a light bulb lit up in my head. I was like, oh, that is something that Manchester United can actually go in and get it done. Because if you convert that money, if you're Brudi Chenji, you understand? If you're Brudi Chenji or the Bureau of Changing Commerce or whatever it's called in the UK, that is Manchester United trying to pay or going there to bid £17 million. And to me, that's chicken change for what Diogo Costa could bring Manchester United. It is absolutely chicken change. You will not convince me otherwise. You understand? This is a goalkeeper that is absolutely a winner. He has won the Nations Cup. He has 35 caps for Portugal. Not only winning the Nations Cup, but he was the hero of winning the Nations Cup. So you can say Andre Onana is a very good penalty stopper. Altay Bayindir, a very good penalty stopper. Diogo Costa is also a very good penalty stopper. We are looking at elite reflexes, sweeper keeper instinct. So he has the ability to actually come out and close down the large spaces if defense actually push up in the 18-yard box or into the half of the opponent. He's also very calm in distribution. But one of the key thing about this situation is how tall he is. You understand? Why does he fit Manchester United? He's a modern goalkeeper with Champions League pedigree. Porto reportedly rejected a £20 million bid from I believe, but United could tempt him. It absolutely could be a situation that you could tempt him by going in and saying, okay, how about I give you £20 million for us to get this deal done? Instead of them getting £70 million, they get another £3 million extra. And so, in my mind, I think that's a good opportunity. And for the key part of this situation also is that he's very comfortable in high pressure systems, ideal for Ruben Amorim's build from the back style. That is something that we need to do. It is something that we need to do. He's somebody that thinks that he's a midfielder. He understands how to play the ball. And of course, he's Portuguese that was raised in FC Porto. So the technical ability is definitely there for him. Now, without further ado, let's go into the second one. Something that we have been talking about for so long. And that is Senne Lammens, the underdog giant from France. I almost said Brazil. But this is a 23-year-old kid, right? That is around 1.93 meters tall. Big dude, so aggressive coming for corners, and that would be absolutely crazy, especially what we saw against Arsenal. It will be crazy. It will be so different that our goalkeeper is aggressive, that he goes through people in order for him to get the ball. He plays for Royal Antwerp, but he's a breakout star. You understand? Breakout star, former Club Brugge prodigy, known for his aerial dominance and clutch reflexes. Now he's really tall. So the sad part about this situation is that he does give a little bit of sense of like how he drops to the ground. It's a little weird in my mind, and how I looked at the highlights that I was able to watch, even with it being highlights and he got those saves. The idea that he has to swing his legs out under him for him to drop to get the ball is a little bit of seconds that I'm worried about. And in the Premier League, the balls are coming really fast, really fast. And something that we need to be worried about, but we need to also see how he could get better, because that's what coaching is. You understand? Now, why does he fit Manchester United? First things first, he's low cost. And I started this video by talking about going into the market right now. We have to focus on market opportunities. You understand? Market opportunities. That is low cost, but high value. And that is what Senne Lammens is. He is a low-cost opportunity, but has a high upside. So we are looking at a market value of 9 million euros. But that's one thing that we are not going to get. Because once you come into Manchester United, once Manchester United knock on the door, you see a 20% jump in the price. You understand? He has already been called up to Belgium senior squad. Now, he's not going to play for Belgium as much as he would like, or as much as he warrants, because there's still somebody called Thibaut Courtois. However, that call-up shows that he has gotten to a different level. Second in this situation is that he scored a headed goal in a UEFA Youth League at 17. Now, I know he's a goalkeeper, that doesn't really matter, but that is to tell you how tall he is. I just wanted to give you a context of how tall he is. Now, he is a dark horse in this race. I do not think that Manchester United feel that he's ready to take on the huge role of taking on the most difficult part of football, because the goalkeeper for Manchester United is the most difficult role that I think there is in football. You understand? And that's the only reason why I'm a little worried about Lammens coming to Manchester United. You understand? That's the only reason. Now, if it's a case in and becomes the number 2, but then challenges for the number 1 with Andre Onana, I would actually be more okay with that idea than him coming in for just being the number 1 immediately as he steps into the door. That's the only problem. That's the only way I think this would work. And then if we want to go for experience, you understand? If we want to go for experience, there comes Maignan. In the start of summer, Chelsea were all over this deal. Now they did not get the deal done because AC Milan literally put a bid or put amount of money that you would need to get him out of AC Milan so high that Chelsea was like, yeah, I can't. I'm just going to stick to Robert Sanchez. He is 30 years old from captain, a Serie A champion, a Nations League winner, 13 clean sheets in the last 25 games last season. Now, why does he fit? He's a vocal leader, so he's quite animated on what he wants his defense to be able to do. He commands the box like a general. This is one of the things that I absolutely do not like about Andre Onana and Ben Yedder. That box command, that understanding that I'm going to get the ball. If you do not clear out, I'm going through you. And that is something that we saw at Peter Schmeichel, Van der Sar, and sometimes even David De Gea, even though he was a little bit sheepish in the way he started for Manchester United, but he grew into it. Second, he is known for his clutch saves and even creates assists to tell you how strong his leg is when it comes to kicking the ball up. Yes, I know, assist. He has done that already for AC Milan, and that is crucial to what Amorim has wanted to do or what he wants to do, because we saw it against Arsenal with the goalkeeper being taxed to bypass the press by taking the ball direct to the likes of Mbeumo, Bruno, Cunha, and also in the future, Benjamin Šeško. And that is what we are seeing. And Maignan has all of those characteristics. And of course, you would be bringing an instant authority to a shaky United backline. That is one thing that Maignan would definitely do. And last but not least, just to give you a bonus in this situation, is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Gianluigi Donnarumma, popularly known as Gigi Donnarumma. The fallen giant. You understand? The fallen giant is ready to rise when it comes to Donnarumma's case. He's Italian, 26 years of age. He's the PSG outcast at this point in time. But he's also the Euro 2020 MVP, 74 caps for Italy, Champions League winner, and then he stands at a whopping 1.9 meters tall. But this dude should be playing in the NBA type-ish, you understand? He's an elite shot stopper and a big game type of DNA. That's what is coursing through his veins. Why does he fit Manchester United, you may ask? PSG are dropping him despite a treble-winning season. Not even treble, quadruple, because they won 5 trophies with him, 4, with him in the goal post. Wayne Rooney has publicly urged United to hijack the City move for Donnarumma. Donnarumma himself said he is disappointed and disheartening on a perfect redemption arc that he's waiting to have. Of course, that situation that PSG kicked him out was not the best for him. However, the good thing about this situation, it gives market opportunity. That is the key word for today's video. Market opportunity. It truly is a key word because Manchester United will be able to get a very, very good goalkeeper. Hopefully, PSG are not ridiculous by saying they want £50 million for Donnarumma, because that's what they taxed Manchester City. We already saw Man City play with Trafford last game, and we just have to understand that this is going to be an opportunity that we need to hijack. So now let's straight up wrap this up just to give you guys something that you guys understand and is crystal clear for what we are talking about here, because I did do a lot of talking. First things first, in my opinion, is Senne Lammens. He is 23 years of age. His strengths are his height, his reflexes, and the potential that he becomes one of the best in the world as a goalkeeper. And now the narrative angle in this situation is basically straight up. He's an underdog, and he's something that has a rise to him when it comes to us giving him an opportunity at Manchester United and Old Trafford. Second, but something that every single United fan wants to capitalize on right now. Costa. Costa is 25 years of age. Distribution, his strength, and the leadership is absolutely there. But also, he's a penalty stopper, and he is a really good shot stopper also. So we do have almost a complete set of brilliance in Diogo Costa. And of course, it's the tactical evolution of Manchester United that would be coming to United if we're able to get Diogo Costa. Third is Maignan. 30 years of age, understands how to command his box brilliantly, consistency on every aspect of where he goes, the way he trains, the way he goes down, the way he chooses where he's going to dive to, the arm he's going to use to get a save, whether it's coming on the left-hand side or on the right, whichever way he wants to. He is very, very consistent, and that is brilliant. And the beautiful thing about this is if we get Maignan, we are getting a mentality warrior, somebody that is going to increase the floor, make sure Manchester United understands that we are on our way to being part of the powerhouse that we have always been. And last but not least is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Donnarumma, 26 years of age. Aura, you understand? This is aura farming out here. You get me? And a redemption arc. That's something that we absolutely need to capitalize on. And of course, the emotional comeback is definitely going to be something that we would need, or absolutely need, for us to be able to move forward. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Which of these 4 goalkeepers that I've just mentioned would you take to replace Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir? Down in the comments. I want to see what you guys say, and let us get this party started because it's going to be an exciting one. I think Manchester United are going to make moves before the end of the transfer window, which is going to come to an end in the 1st of September. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's your boy, Pillah. Peace.